Welcome in, everyone, and thanks for tuning in to the Via Voice. I'm your host, Luke Weinman, licensed realtor, Northwest Indiana resident, and beginner podcaster. Whether you're watching or listening, make sure to like and subscribe. The Via Voice is all about real conversations around real estate, especially here in Northwest Indiana. We're going to talk about buying, selling, investing, and everything in between, but without all the fluff, without all the pressure, and without the jargon that makes everything in real estate feel, well, overwhelming. If you ever said to yourself, I want to buy a house, I just don't know where to start, this episode is for you. So today, we're kicking things off with a big one. You want to buy a house? Now what? The good news is buying a home is a process, and whether you take it step by step, it becomes much more manageable. So let's walk through those steps together. The very first thing you want to do before scrolling through listings, before going to open houses, before falling in love with that kitchen on Instagram is to get pre-approved. A pre-approval tells you three critical things: what price range you should be looking in, what your comfortable monthly payment looks like, and what loan programs may be available to you. And just as important, it tells sellers you're serious. I always recommend working with a local lender, someone who knows the market and can walk you through the numbers in plain English. People that do a great job of educating buyers, not just approving them. We will be interviewing a few of those in upcoming episodes. A good lender doesn't just ask what's the max you qualify for, they ask what payments are you actually comfortable with, and that makes a huge difference. Once you're pre-approved, you'll have a much clearer picture of your budget. Not just the purchase price, but the monthly payment, including things like taxes and insurance. This step is important because buying at the top of your approval range doesn't always mean buying smart. You want a payment that allows you to do a couple of things, really. Still live your life, save money, and handle those unexpected expenses. Comfort beats max every single time. Now comes the fun part, and also one of the most personal decisions. Where do you want to live? This isn't just about the town name or the zip code, it's about the lifestyle. Ask yourself, how far am I willing to drive to work? Do I want walkability or quiet? Am I thinking short term or long term? And if you have kids or plan to, schools may play a big role. Even if you don't, school districts can impact long-term resale value. Location is one thing you can't change after you buy, so this step deserves real thought. Next, let's talk about what matters most to you in a home. Every buyer has must-haves, nice-to-haves, and things they're flexible on. Think about the number of bedrooms and bathrooms you want. Do you need a big kitchen? Are you a cooker? Do you have to have a big yard? Is a garage a deal breaker? Here's a quick tip. Your first home doesn't have to check every box. It just has to check the right ones. That's where having clarity helps you make confident decisions instead of emotional ones. This might be one of the most underrated steps. Find a realtor you feel comfortable with. You should feel like you can ask questions, be honest about concerns. Say, I don't understand this, without judgment. A good realtor isn't there to push you into a house. They're there to educate you, set realistic expectations, protect your interest. Once you're working together, your realtor will set you up with listings that match your wants, needs, and budget, and help you navigate offers and negotiations. So let's say you find the house. You're excited. You should be. The offer's accepted. What's the next step? The home inspection. So, why is this important? Because the inspection helps you uncover issues you can't see. Things behind walls, in attics, or under the foundation. This isn't about finding a perfect house. Those don't exist. It's about understanding what you're buying and avoiding the surprises. And you guessed it, you will have my personally recommended inspectors coming up in future episodes. Keep in mind, a thorough inspector explains what matters, what doesn't, and what might need attention down the road. Knowledge is power here. One last thing first-time homebuyers are often surprised by are the closing costs. Depending on your financing, closing costs can include lender fees, title work, prepaid taxes, and insurance. This is separate from your down payment, and it's something you want to plan early for. Don't worry, we'll be diving into financing options, down payment programs, and ways to prepare in future episodes. Buying your first home doesn't have to be scary. You just have to be informed. If you're thinking about buying, start with the basics. Talk to a lender, Get clear on your goals. Surround yourself with the right people. That's what the Via Voice is here for, to help you feel confident, prepared, and empowered every step of the way. If you found this helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, or share it with someone who's thinking about buying their first home. I'm Luke Weinman, and this has been the Via Voice, brought to you by Via Realty of Valparaiso. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time when we have a one-on-one with a couple of lenders. Take care.